tell you now, you're gonna be in trouble. If let me take that back. Parties are a great way to exercise. No, I'm kidding. Yes. So let me get my story. So I pretty much came from a semi-sheltered environment at home. I don't dislike it. It's not something I'm like mad about, but you know, I wasn't allowed to pretty much go out that much. I pretty much stayed indoors, or I pretty much whatever I went to was for either school activity or stuff like that. It was just my parents were worry freaks, and when I came to UTSA my freshman year, I didn't really have a crazy party phase. I had it my sophomore year, but when I did, it was crazy. Like grade changing. Oh, I have to stop. Decision making, crazy. So, as a freshman, I'd advise you to, not when when it's times come to party, don't run with full speed and jump in, into the parties. Fill them out. Slowly go into each party, because you don't want to start your freshman year off with like a 1.0, 2.0 GPA. Trust me, I know a lot of people who they had to either transfer schools or they had to like kick it in high gear their sophomore year because they partied so much their freshman year it got out of hand. You have to remember this: parties are not going anywhere. You have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, maybe push it 9, but you have a lot of years to party. So as a freshman, you don't make it like you have to take it all in at once. Be careful with it, but do go out and have fun though. Like I said, parties are a great way to meet people, but always make sure you're safe. And I recently had a family member of mine who was coming from a party and got hit by a drunk driver. So, little advice I would give about parties is don't be the last one to leave, because usually at a certain time, especially when it seems like all the parties are being closed, a lot of people who have been drinking tend to leave at those times. So, I'm not saying it all happens all the time, but statistically speaking, when parties are closing, those are around the times drunk drivers tend to be out driving. So when you're leave a party maybe a little bit early, and if you do leave at those times, be very cautious, about driving. Be very cautious with alcohol. Alcohol is a big one. It's such a big one, I can't even put it in with this party subject because it's really, really big. So I'll probably put it into another video and talk about that, But just for partying, But yeah, and try different parties out. I wish I tried different parties out. I pretty much stayed at one party. I'm black, as you know, but I pretty much only went to parties specifically for my race. I wish I branched out and tried different parties. Like maybe tried a party like people who don't look like me went to with a friend, of course. But try different parties. Like you never know, you might have fun. Honestly, you never know. I did it a couple of weeks ago and I was just like, whoa, you guys party, But again, be careful. You don't want it to take over your life your freshman year. I would say when it comes to parties, make sure you prioritize your time. Make sure with your, like, when you get your courses, you get your classes, organize it all out. See what days you have tests and then organize your study days around that. And if you have a free weekend where it's a pretty much light schedule the week after that weekend, then that's a party weekend. But if you have a heavy week after that weekend, that is not a party weekend. That is a study and catch up or make up weekend. Because why would you go have fun and then come back and stress out for 5 days for 2 or 3 days of fun? Does that make sense? How about use those 2 or 3 days and stress out, and then have 5 days of relaxed time, and last but not least, major choices. As a freshman, I had such a hard time picking a major. It seems so much easier on TV. It seems like in high school, you quickly you're just supposed to know in high school like, oh, this is what I want to do. Then you get to college and you do that major and everything's easy. No, I think I went through let me see, I was an art major, Spanish major, bio major, chemistry major, engineering major, then back to bio, then back to art, and then back to bio. Yeah, I went through probably 5 or 6 majors and a couple minors. And I would say this is the best time to do it as a freshman. This is at least as a freshman, you're afforded that you don't have to be in such a rush to pick a major. So, you know, take your time, fill everything out. Look for introductory classes that, you know, are in majors that you might be interested in. And another great way to get a major is go to your career services counseling service if you have any. I mean, I'm pretty sure you should. But go to career services and take a career assessment test. Those tests pretty much show you maybe interests that you didn't know you had and majors that are towards those interests. So go to those and, you know, check them out. Do that when you can your freshman year, and then maybe base your majors off of that, or do things that you're very passionate about. Someone told me to major in things that I'm passionate about. But I know for some people, your passion may not be the big money maker. So maybe try and find, you know, a compromise between your passion and between, you know, making an income, especially nowadays with today's economics. But as a freshman, you're afforded this time to, you know, go out and see different majors and see what they're all about. If you already have an idea in your head, just, you know, go and check them out. I remember I used to want to be an engineer, and I took an intro to engineering course, and I was just like, no. This is not for me. So, you know, check them out, see what they're all about. But, you know, allow yourself to be open to different ideas and open to different majors. You never know what might surprise you. You know, don't be freaked out if you don't have a major coming into college. You know I didn't. I had 6. I mean, I knew what I wanted to do in a sense, but I didn't know what major to take with that path. So don't be freaked out. But go to the career services, go to your counseling services, and look up. There's so many options in the job market. It's so crazy. If I knew what I knew my freshman year, I don't think I would have been a bio major. I probably would have majored in something else. But I found out my senior year, and it sucks. But there's so many, like, a plethora of options of majors that are out there that a lot of people don't know about because we focus only on the big ones, you know, math, science, bio. But there's little stuff here and there that you can do and that people do make a good living, or you can use to move on to the next step. So do your research. Do a lot of research when it comes to your major. Do your likes. What do you like? What don't you like? You know, look at your strength and look at your weaknesses. I know for some people, I'm gonna say the health profession because that's my career choices. A lot of people I know want to be doctors, but the course and that you have to take, it's a lot. So it was a lot of like really self-reflecting, really being like, okay, I want to be a doctor, but why do I want to be a doctor? And then once you choose why, then you say, okay, is there another profession that I can do that encompasses the same things that I want to do as a doctor, or do I just want to be a doctor just to have the names, you know? And then once you go from there, then you're like, okay, I can go towards this. So it might be less curriculum or less, you know, hard, not as hard. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, finding an easier path. You know, don't go to school and kill yourself, especially if it's not something you're really passionate about. You know, if you're passionate about it, then go ahead. But if it's just something just because that's the only one you know, then no, there's nothing wrong with looking for an easier path or looking for something, you know, that's more suited for you. You know, I know a lot of people who were pre-med majors and they switched to either nursing or physical therapy or physician assistant, and honestly, they say they enjoy it more because it's still what they want to do. And they're doing it a lot quicker than they would if they were a doctor. And honestly, they're enjoying themselves. So, like I said, give yourself that openness to be, you know, when you're choosing your major or when you're looking for a career, especially as a freshman. Because, like I said, as a freshman, you have time. You know, I'm not saying this for like, you know, sophomore year, I'll even be like, okay. But junior and senior year, you're playing games. You know, but use your freshman year. You know, as you're trying to figure out what you're trying to do to research and, you know, look for specific things that you like, look for specific, you know, similarities in maybe different fields, and, you know, pick and take, you know, and just, you know, once you get it, immerse yourself in it. So once you pick your major, immerse yourself in it and make it be as passionate about it as you possibly can, because I promise you that's the best way to get through college is with passion, because that passion will fuel you when those study nights, during finals, during times where you just want to relax but you have to study for a test. You need that passion in you. If you don't have the passion, That's how procrastination comes into play. That's how, you know, not caring as much comes into play. And that's how, you know, being sloppy, especially when it comes to some of your classes, come into play. So when you have your major and you choose it and you're 100% about it, boom, be as passionate. Look it up. Get excited. Be, you know, think into the future like, wow, in a couple of years, I will be working in this field. Volunteer opportunities, internships, whatever you can possibly find to help rebuilding your passion, do it. But as I said, I would advise a freshman just to, you know, take time out as a freshman, you know, research, and it even goes back to the first thing I said. Join clubs or organization, you know, go around your school, look for different resources that you can plug into or tap into that will help you, especially when it comes to choosing your major. Well, I know I said in my last video I'm trying to keep everything at 5 minutes, but I'm seeing that this is going to be impossible. But I hope the things I said are helpful, and I hope the things I said, you know, resonate with someone who's watching it. But like I said, thank you for watching. Like if there's any comments or maybe questions or whatever you want to know, you can always leave a comment on the bottom, and I'll, you know. Right now I have no comments, I have no viewers, so really, you know, if you're the one person, I will reply back. But yeah, thank you for watching it, and I hope you guys have a good day. Well, night in my case. Bye.